have people that'll end up binge watching some videos and then call me.
Well, yeah, because Dale had said that you have tremendous success with your YouTube, and I just said, like, wrote down, I take notes when I'm talking to people and listening to people, and I was like, I gotta check her out on YouTube. I want to see what is she's doing with her partner or husband or whoever it is.
Yeah, it's my dad.
Now, I forget, you're San Diego?
Yep.
Oh, okay. And that's a big market.
Yeah, we have a huge county, and I work the whole county. I don't have a farm.
No.
YouTube is your farm.
Yeah.
Your farm would be $4.2 million a month to send mail to.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So how long have you been, if you don't mind my asking, can I interrupt? Can I just jump in here? Is that okay?
We were just gathering.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have questions.
Lenore, you've been our customer for 5, 6, 7 years now, right?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah. So, we hadn't had a sufficient CRM for a long time. In the talkings that Lenore and I, Lenore came back, or Lenore came and said, hey, we want to redesign the site. And then we got to talking about CRMs and what she's doing. I'm like, well, we have a lot of stuff going on now. So she started investigating that. And then we started talking about YouTube. And so Lenore's learning our CRM stuff, and they just redesigned their site into one of the upgraded designs like you did.
Mm-hmm.
And Susan's going to be working with me, hopefully, to figure out the marketing stuff we need to do to get iFound to blow up some. And we're going to work a trade show next week, or next month, a couple of weeks, actually.
Yeah, I think it's 2 weeks.
Here in the Valley, to just keep getting the word out and get cards and spread some love about iFound Agent with a lot of the realtors in the Valley. A couple of our YouTube videos are just Susan and I having candid conversations and recording them and editing them and sticking them on YouTube, and it's been kind of my playing ground a bit. I haven't been as active as I've wanted to, but I published a video earlier this week, and sorry, that's why you guys, or that's so that you guys know who each other are, and this may turn into a little more talking, and and because Lenore's said, hey, I'll help you, as much as I can help you learn how to use YouTube for iFound Agent. And I'm gonna, obviously be involved in helping Lenore as much as she wants get her CRM stuff set up. I forget anything from about either of you two?
No, that makes sense.
Okay.
I don't know YouTube. I mean, I get the concept of YouTube, but I don't know the ins and outs and the tricks or the things you need to know to do well on YouTube. I mean, you're going to film what you're going to film, you're going to be who you're going to be, but working YouTube itself, I'm clueless. Do you have tips? Do you have I don't know, what works for you, Lenore? I guess.
I studied a lady, her name's Karen, Karin, Carr, Carr, when the pandemic first hit, and she has a book that I got. It's an audio book, YouTube for Real Estate. I listened to that while I work in my garden, and it took me just a couple days to get through it. That sets you up for a YouTube channel, and it teaches you the basics of YouTube and why you do it, what are the tools to be measured by, what you're trying to achieve, how to actually post something that viewers want to watch, why YouTube is the platform that you want to be on more than anything else. So that was all the basics. And then I found a guy named Jackson Wilkie, Wilkey, and he's not a good realtor. He'll tell you straight out, but he was really good at YouTube. So he partnered with some other guys, and they came up with a thing called Channel Junkies. I hate the name. Channel.
Okay.
I hate the name. I don't like the word junkie, but it fits for what they're doing. And so I just absorbed everything I could from them on their YouTube channel. And I mean, this has taken years for me to figure out. And then I realized there's no set way to do YouTube. I mean, these guys all have recommendations, but you do it how it works good for you. And the beauty of it is your tribe will find you. Your people will find you. And the people that don't like you, they either leave a nasty comment or they just don't reach out to you. But the people that do reach out to you, they have that no like trust factor in a way that you can't even believe.
Interesting.
I have clients from the UK that I'm helping right now. I have clients from Boston that are moving here. I have folks that came from San Francisco, all these different people. You say you're going to move, like I'm interested in Idaho. So I research the hell out of it, and I watch all these agents' videos about the houses, about the neighborhoods, because that way I don't have to go there. I can get a feel for it without going there. And all the while I'm learning who that agent's personality is, if they're quirky, if they're funny, if they're too serious, and I decide whether or not I like them. And that's basically how it's going to work for anybody else that's doing this business.
I like it.
Yeah, it's really cool.
What have people told you that they connect with you? Like, I'm assuming you've gotten, I love your, like, what are you being told is your draw?
That we're real. I can tell you guys are real people. I can tell you guys are experienced. I know you're all about the numbers, Lenore. I know you're going to take care of our family. I mean, they just can tell by the way that I write a script, and when I speak to them, I speak to their heart. Somehow there's a connection there of if you do 1 million open houses, you're going to get a lead here and there, but that's a lot of time and energy and effort of you sitting in a vacant house on Saturday, whereas a YouTube video will reach people in the middle of the night, in the morning, on the weekend, whenever they search San Diego, California, or moving to San Diego, or whatever the keyword is for that video, foreclosures in San Diego or multi-units in San Diego. Those things you need to focus on your titles, your thumbnail, and your message in the video. And you'll learn that, doing a little research on those two people I told you about, you'll learn that stuff.
Yeah, I've got them right here.
Yeah, I still am watching all kinds of stuff all the time about how to connect with people through my phone. I just use my phone to videotape myself.
Have you over time invested in more equipment, or you just kind of, do you not worry too much about lighting and things like that? Like, everybody seems, from what I've seen of the coaching things I've done or attended, I should say, and it's like, oh, you got to do this and you got to do this for and it gets a little overwhelming.
It is overwhelming, and I do have a couple of softbox lights. I did buy a green screen sheet and pin it up. I use some of those things. I also have a little tripod that I put my camera on, and that's that. I'm done.
That's simple.
Oh, I do borrow my boyfriend's GoPro, and I strap it to the front of the car with a suction cup connector and drive around sometimes, and see, I even hired a professional editor out of India, and it was a freaking nightmare. It didn't turn out how I wanted. It looked crappy. I was paying $200 a video for like less than 15 minutes of on-screen time, and I thought, this is ridiculous. People don't care. I'm selling houses without having that. the more authentic and normal I am, the better. Don't put on the cheese factor, just be real.
Love that. I love that. Yeah, I don't know how to be anything else.
Right? Real.
I'm just not that. I've never been that, fluffy.
Yeah.
I
It's
mean,
gross.
I can look nice.
I have that competition in my market because it's such a big market.
That's what I'm thinking.
There's a lot of younger agents. They don't know as much as I do because they haven't been in the business as long. So that's what makes me stand out. You can just tell that I've closed deals and I practice what I preach, and I'm speaking from the heart when I talk about transactions and things like that. That's what people are like, yeah, I would choose this lady over this young kid just because he's got a flashy, smile or approach or editing, because I know she's got my back. And that's the authenticity that comes across that I think resonates with buyers and sellers.
When did you start doing your YouTube stuff?
Pretty heavy right during the pandemic when that started. Before that, I used to do with my dad a once a month meeting for 2 to 4 unit owners in San Diego, and we'd have an attorney or a tax advisor, or a 1031 specialist. And we had a good crowd of people coming because we put on a free presentation, and we had regulars and stuff. But then when the pandemic hit, we couldn't do any of that in San Diego. They shut down everything here. And I was like, how in the world are we still going to swing this? And that's when YouTube came up, and I said, this is something that will work for us.
How often do you post now?
I've gotten a little more lazy with it. For a long time I was doing once a week, but now it might be every 9 to 15 days. Sometimes I get burnt out, or sometimes I have transactions where I'm really busy. Yeah. So, and I used to do longer format videos. It's hot here in the summertime, and I don't run my air in my house, so I won't always post a real long video. And I'm all over the place too. I mean, you'll see my channel isn't just one specific thing. I kind of bounce around, and I know I don't have as many subscribers or comments or all of the stuff that other people think is important, but the reach outs and the close deals is where it's at. Yeah. Who cares how many views you have on your video? 1 or 2 calls a month or something for clients. Yes, please, all day long.
Right. Yeah. Watch me 1,000 times, but contact me 100 times. It's like,
yeah. And then to have the partnership of I Found Agent on the back end, being able to send these guys every 3 days properties specific to what they're looking for is just glorious. I mean, they may not be ready yet, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's the thing is you yourself are busy in your business and then working for your business. You got to have a way to keep these people engaged. And if you're doing that from yourself, that's almost there's just no time. And that's, I think, the I Found Agent solution is like, that's the way to get people, great, you're not ready, but you're going to hear from me,
Yeah. The drip flows and the idea of putting them back on your site to look for properties where they can read a blog or anything else. Cause if they're interested, they'll, if you bring up relevant content, they'll stick around and they'll remember that.
They're hearing from you. They're not hearing from your MLS. They're hearing from you.